Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. We're here with Jack Tiernan for At the Buzzer. Jack, how you doing?
Good, Brian. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing quite well.
Sick.
Not as good as Lakers fans are doing though. From what I can tell, just from how every other day it seems like they signed someone new. So, who's the newest player they signed, and what's happening here?
So I'm gonna start with rebuttaling that, right? You say signing someone new. In reality, they're signing all of these old crotchety vets who have been in the league for like
That's
10
fair.
plus years, you know? Yeah, so new is relative. It's not like a shiny new toy. It's kind of like a
Right.
second hand me down, like your older siblings have played with it and kind of broken the wheels off, but like you still get the Hot Wheels, you know?
Right.
That's kind of where we're at. But Lakers just signed DeAndre Jordan, who had
Yes.
already tried to ring chase last year by signing with the Nets. Um, and I mean, I don't know
He's
what
a
else to
Kevin
say, man.
Durant big toe away from maybe getting the ring, but
That's very
didn't
true. He
work out.
was. Kevin Durant needed to be one shoe size smaller, man, and it would have been a different story.
Oh man. So yeah, what does he add to the Lakers in your opinion?
Oh God, I don't even know, man. He's probably a third string center for them at this point because you'll have AD playing the four, the five, and then you'll have they don't have Drummond anymore, I don't think. But then you have Dwight Howard's back, so he's probably your
Right.
first guy off the bench. Also old, also crotchety.
Very old. Yeah.
And now DeAndre Jordan, who has been a shell of himself basically since he's been, I would say probably with the Nets, definitely. But even before that, he was kind of losing it with the Clippers. Again, back to Lob City days, man. Those are the times. But we're way beyond that now. And I don't know if DeAndre can jump 2.5 feet off the ground. So I don't know where we're at right now with him.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. It feels like they definitely are collecting like a 2010 like super duper team, but now we're in 2021. Maybe 2010's a little too old. Let's go like 2014.
I think you were right though. I did you see that like meme stat thing that was like it showed all of the accolades of all of the current like potential Lakers players from 2011 and their stats, and it was like LeBron was MVP, um, Finals MVP, Rondo was assists leader. I think Russell Westbrook was like triple doubles like crazy, of course. So it was just it's funny to look at because you're like, yeah, in 2011 this would have been the epitome of a super team, but now it's just like a bunch of dudes hanging on to their life in the NBA.
So do you think that they're gonna have a better year than their last year, where they got bounced in the technically second round of the playoffs, right? Because they had like
Yeah,
the I don't know if we
they had
count
the
the
play
tournament
in.
as like a
Right.
round one or what.
Yeah, that was weird. It's kind of like a wild card in baseball, right? Where it's kind of like, okay, one game playing.
Right.
Um, so I guess like kind of the playoffs, the first actual round of the playoffs, they get trounced in. And you have to kind of blame that on injuries a little bit, but that comes with age, right? So it's kind of like, okay, you're throwing all these old dudes together, and like you're gonna have to worry about depth at some point, just because of their age, the minutes they have on their bodies, and just overall, can anyone really coexist with LeBron running the point and also playing as a power forward? It's kind of a weird dynamic, you know. So it's anybody who can balance that, I guess, is good for them. But
Yeah.
we'll
No.
see.
It should be interesting to see. Obviously, that's a great point with the injuries. Like, they didn't really do anything to address the potential of falling apart due to injuries. In fact, they got older, and that's not great. I mean, who knows? Maybe last year was an anomaly. Maybe LeBron, will stay healthy. Maybe AD will stay healthy. Maybe it's all maybes. It's all hypotheticals. But yeah, certainly on paper, it seems like everyone's trying to jump on the Lakers bandwagon here at the end. So, I mean, anything else about the Lakers moves this offseason you want to get into?
Yeah, I don't really think so, man. I just as a Celtics fan, right? It's just so easy for me to just hate these Lakers,
Mm-hmm.
and just like the more you add players that I already don't like Russell
Right.
Westbrook, I never liked to be honest, like as a person. And then you just add like Dwight Howard, who I also don't like, and like DeAndre Jordan, who I used to like and now I don't like. It's for me, it's just
Right.
fuel to my fire. So I'm loving to see it. Hopefully, I hope nobody gets injured because I think it would be from a basketball perspective, like it'll be so epic to see these guys go on a run if they stay healthy. But I don't think it's realistic. And if it does happen, like that's sick. They did a great job putting that roster together. That's a bunch of big name dudes that everybody's gonna watch. But I feel like that's kind of a pipe dream. Again, I think we'll have a really fun time watching these guys for the first couple of months. But I think from there on out, it's gonna start to get a little shaky.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we'll see from there. We just wanted to put a little like NBA video when we haven't had one in a couple weeks, so we can keep it fresh. But also, it's the off season, so can you blame us for not necessarily having constant NBA videos? And then too, it is interesting to see. It'll be especially interesting to compare when like the season is in full swing, how the Lakers are doing versus how they're doing on paper this off season. So other than that, Jack, where can they find you online?
Yeah, you guys can find me online at Jack_Tiernan on Twitter. I've got a lot of NBA takes, MLB takes, the whole kit and caboodle coming up.
Yeah, like you said, NBA playoffs coming up, so don't want to miss his takes there. You can find me on Twitter at TheFakeMar. It's BMARR. You can find the channel on Twitter at WickedGoodSport, at WG Everything, on Instagram at WickedGoodEverything, at Twitch at twitch.tv/WickedEverything, TikTok, search WickedGoodEverything. We're everywhere, Jack.
We are.
Yeah. Oh, we also have a Facebook page now. I never mentioned that, but if for some reason you prefer Facebook to YouTube and podcast services, well, boy, do we have you covered. Because we are there. Just search Wicked Good Sports and you'll be able to find us. Jack, thank you so much for your time. And, we'll see you all in the next one.